I've been talking that whole time and I was muted. Dang it. Ah! Thank you, kitty. I was so stoked that I figured something else out and forgot rule number 1, which is mute. I forgot to remove the mute. So I have a long list of notes to self at this point. But hi, kitty. Thank you for popping in. Basically, while I was muted, I was saying that I'm testing out that little patch animation at the beginning just as a way for me to make sure everything goes live properly and then start talking without being muted. I do have to either tweak it or just make a new one, which I would love to make a new one at some point when I don't have 50 other projects going on. But also Thirsty Thursday, Throwback Thursday, make sure you're drinking your water or flavored water. This is not the most appealing color, I know, but it's a very, very diluted orange flavor for the water. Silent film holiday. Yes. It happens so often. I'm sure it happens to other people too, but yeah, there's not a, I don't think I've had a streak of 10 where I didn't forget to mute or something. So, it's okay. It's okay. Today for Creative Commons, I'm going to be working on Crokenshin. I have to do it. My timing got all over the place today because, as you can see, my hair is still wet because I just got back from the gym and showered instead of doing that this morning. And I have not done anything up here today, and now that my brain's functioning, I realize that's a problem. But earlier I was just I want to be on the couch. I'm tired. I'm taking a nap. So I did that, and now we have to do this. So I will be working on Crokenshin for sure. I'll start this little timer just so I keep track and we know when it's time to sprint. But how are you feeling, kitty? I know you were kind of sick a couple days ago. Are you feeling any better? Was it a quick sick, or is it a dragging on uncomfortable sick? Because we don't like getting sick. I haven't done anything else special. I'm nearly done with my proofread. I have 5 or 6 chapters left to read for that, so I'll probably finish that tonight. And I'm also listening to an audiobook, which is easier if I read it instead of guessing the title. Loading. Yes, the audiobook that I'm reading is, or listening to, whatever you want to call it, of course is not going to be in super focus, but it's The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. Yeah, sorry that didn't really come in very clearly, but I'm at 76%, so I only got 2.5 hours of real time left. It's mostly a romance. It definitely has a lot of fun witchy lore to it that part of me wishes we went into a little bit more, but the vibe of it overall is definitely romance. So now that I'm this far through, I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna just have unrealistic expectations for this. I'm just gonna enjoy it as it is. Let's see. Kitty's still pretty congested and dizzy, but mostly fine as long as I don't move around too much. Sounds like a good excuse to stay comfy. We like that. So I'll be knitting and drinking tea tonight. I did think about grabbing a hot drink, but I might have to do it on a later sprint because, like I said, I am all over the place. I was not ready today. Okay, you read that one and you did enjoy it. Nice. Absolutely. Nice. Yeah, it's enjoyable. It's just one of those where I think it was at 33% when she was at the house and we had already revealed a lot of the witchy stuff, And I was like, how are they gonna pull off this witchy story when we're already a third way through the book? And then probably between 33% and 50-ish%, the romance really started taking off, and I was like, that's right, that's why they picked it for book club, because it's actually, it's a romance, a cozy romance, which, yeah, it's fun to read. It's nice to read those every once in a while. It's not necessarily an inspirational genre yet, but it's fun. It's fun. I like Mika and Jamie as characters, and the little girls are very sweet, so I like it. I just, I was up for witchiness. I do think you'll get one surprise sex scene that was really not necessary to have on page. Oh, well, you know, I had a feeling there would be one at least. Like, at the fact that we're at like 76% and it hasn't happened, I'm like, okay, there's probably only gonna be one. Um, yeah, I'm more of a fade to black person. Like, if it's gonna be there, fade to black. You don't gotta get all extra detailed. But I mean, they've already had a couple conversations like dancing around it, and the vibes are definitely there between them. So I'm like, they gonna. I don't need to know, but I expected it. You found it a bit jarring, so ooh, that might be a lot then. I'll have to let you know next time how that went down. Am I listening to this audiobook tonight to finish it? Do I have to? I think, yeah, we're gonna close our backup distraction, and maybe we'll just get through this. That way, if I run into the scene, I can be like, Kitty, I understand your pain. It can't be that far away. 76%. I mean, it could be around 85, 90 though. That's how they do it. As far as I remember, it's just the one. Well, I will let you know. I will let you know when it happens. Not like verbatim, but you know, I'll throw it on the background. I am gonna just pop over to the screen, which is gonna ruin the timer, but I think it's just gonna be you and me for a bit, Kitty, because we're starting at 6 instead of 7, which is one of the things I was playing around with. Do I want to do 6 or 7? Because I don't know which, and I did not intentionally mean that as a 2025 meme, but 6 to 9 I like, because if I get off at 9 and I'm still feeling productive, I can do stuff at my own pace, and then like go to bed on time. Or, you know, if I want to take a break, I can still like watch an episode or two or something. Whereas when we get off at 10, I'm like, I'm committing to either staying up late or going straight to bed. So that's why. That's my reasoning. I'm sure this works a little bit better for you in your time zone, Kitty, though. Definitely works better. Aw, Snazzy can't make it. That's okay. It's okay. Have a good night. I mean, we're trying to do this regularly, so I'm not like, never gonna be upset if somebody can't make it. I always appreciate you guys hanging out. Alrighty, let me... Oh, Golden Cheese Forever's here. Hey, how you been? We didn't see you earlier this week. What's new? We're just about to get into... We have a couple minutes, but we're going to get into our first sprint here soon. And I'm going to be working on more comic pages because that's my life. And the other things on my to-do list are to finish the proofread. I need to update my website. Not today, but I do need to do that soon. I would like to update it, like the homepage, more often. I have to do my Duolingo, which I will do tonight. And then I already ordered stickers, but I need to wait for them to get here to do the next step. And then tomorrow, I think we're gonna wait till tomorrow to do taxes. Because nobody wants to do taxes. don't mind them actually. I was just waiting for my W-2s to come in, and they just came in today. Oh, for Kitty, it's midnight, so we'll end at 3 a.m. That's good, I guess. I mean, you don't have to stay up as late. I could do some earlier ones if that works out for you, for sure. Because I try to schedule these on the days off that I get, so I have more wiggle room. But if you're a night owl, I'm not here to judge. You're always hanging out with us, so I appreciate it, for sure. And you can stay cozy. You can stay cozy, too. Golden Cheese asks, how are you? And says they're good. I'm good. Pretty good. Trying to stay hydrated. This is my very diluted orange tangerine water. Starting to taste like Alka-Seltzer. But I would drink it down more than halfway and then I would refill it. So in my head, I have yet to finish a water, so I'm keeping on drinking it. It's kind of like a reverse, or like, not quite a reverse psychology. Maybe a reverse psychology. That way I don't just finish one and then leave it empty. I'm like, oh no, there's still water in there. I gotta finish it. So yeah, we're just doing that. I'm gonna switch over to the screen since we got less than a minute here anyway on the chat. To Krita. Last Tuesday, this past Tuesday, a couple days ago, we left off here because I finished inking these couple pages. So now I'm going to go through all of them and lay down the base tones. So the skin tone, hair, clothing, what have you, and then hopefully get to the point where I can finish them. I would love to finish them tonight, even if I don't get to add the text yet. If I have everything else done, we gotta erase those lines. If I have everything else done, minus the text, they're basically done, because the text I just pop in using a different, I mean, I guess I could try it in this program and like save myself. I wrote everything by hand just so I would remember and not have to work about it, but let's see how this works. I would have to go like, and I think it's, oh, and mine doesn't show its little pop-up on your guys' side, so it just looks like it's sitting there. But the reason why I haven't really used this one is because the text manipulation is very basic and minimum. That's how you spell especially, right? Especially. So I have to like text it in a separate box and set the font, set the how I want it to look, and then it pops on the screen and I can move it around. So it's really, it's not terrible, but now like if I'm like, that looks a little big, I have to go in and go to that separate screen to manipulate the text and then move it, instead of like in Photoshop, which is what I've been using for like a super old Photoshop. It's what I've been using for my text. It's so much easier. But yeah, there's, I guess, why does that word not look right? Why does it not look right? I know that's how it's spelled. Questions everything. Maybe we'll change that word just so it doesn't look weird. That's how my brain works. We're like, maybe we should put particularly. Why do I keep particularly? That one's longer though. I kind of, I don't like that spacing. Undo, undo, undo. Okay, we're just gonna keep that for now. Anywho, all that to say, I usually use a different program to add the text, but I guess if it wants to cooperate, I can. I don't know. I'm trying to pretend to embrace this program to the fullest, but there are some limitations that, for the sake of getting these pages done, I need it to just be like, go, go, go. Let me just check on what you guys are doing real quick. I forgot to add a little like chat pop-up box that I could put here So if I'm like showing you stuff, I can still see your chat. Let me go into the backstage. Kitty says, most days I work until 9 p.m. so my schedule is pretty late generally. Yeah, because you need like wind down time for sure. Golden Cheese says, keep on the good work. Thank you. I like the music. I try to find something a little classical to just hopefully inspire. Even though I can't hear it at all. I can't hear it unless I put the stream on, and then it's like a 1.5-minute delay or something. Kitty says, this is so interesting to watch. It's because it's written in all caps and you don't normally see it like that. It's 100% that, especially that plus the font. Yeah. Things I have to do for consistency that I won't do in my next comic for sure. Go and she says, wow, mind blown. You work so hard, but it's so good and cool. Thank you. It's this story, like, even though it feels kind of like a chore to come back and finish it, it is really important to me because it was the first one that I ever started. And I really do like kind of doing different panels and stuff. I really love his side profile. Like, look at that nose. The nose and the lips. He's a little bit too handsome almost in this because he's like aging. But I like it too much to make it go away right now, so he's just gonna have a handsome side profile for us, and we're gonna move on. We're gonna keep going. But yeah, I do enjoy it. I do feel pressured to have this done since I started it like 20 years ago. And I would like to move on to things, especially since my interests in terms of content, I guess, or themes, like, are moving away from Japan or Japanese history, so I just would like to branch out a bit more. And then, hi Maggie, hello, here to lurk and do some editing of a paper copy. Sounds awesome. We're just about to sprint, I didn't get the R's on that one. Sprint. That's gonna be a tough one to practice, but we are going to start here in 3, 2, 1, go! I was muted. I was muted. That's twice today. That's twice today I was muted and I just kept going like I wasn't. Oh well. Officially, I was trying to show you guys the progress that we got through this page. Most of the bass tones are done. I just need to finish his like pants down here, and then I'll just keep working on like bass tones tonight. So yeah. Hello. We got to catch up here. I did listen to the audiobook during that sprint, so now I have an hour and a half left because I listen at double speed usually. Treyu? Treyu? Were you whining? Can you go outside? Sorry. Come here. Are you stuck on the chair? Is he stuck? Let me go get him so I can explain. Long story short, I'm at 85%, and Kitty, I think we're approaching that scene you were talking about. And did I not say it would be like 85-90%? Bubby, you are not stuck. You can get down. Get him. Treyu. We're not stuck, Bubby. Come here. Come here. Come on, you can do it. Treyu, come. Come. Yes, good boy. Good job. You're so brave. You're such a good boy. Come here. Come here, say hi to everybody. I don't think Golden Cheese has met a Treyu. Come here, Bubby. Treyu. No, hey, Treyu. Mr. Man. Hi with a beer. Hey, Treyu. Come here. Buddy. You want to go outside? Come here first. You want to say hi? Come here. Where's your boy? Treyu. Come on. Treyu, come. Treyu. Oh, he's stubborn. Well, never mind then. He's being a stubborn mastiff today. But you can see that she's got a little pink bandana. They had baths today, and her gotcha day, 2-year anniversary is tomorrow. Right, baby girl? Yes. Is tomorrow your gotcha day? Yes. Yeah. Happy girl. Happy girl. Bum. What did I miss here? We did the sprint. Maggie was trying to resist getting the migraine. Yes, after being out in the sunshine all day. Ooh, you had sunshine. Very nice. A little jealous here. Yes, we did sprint. Kitty's hoping Maggie wins against the migraine gods. And Golden Cheese comments about it being 20 years. Yeah. I started the first draft of Kuro Kenshin in the summer of 2005, and I think I redid it and finished the first volume between 2006 and 2008. So it's been 20 years. We're ready. We are ready. Phoenix is here, just walking in the front door. Thog's also here for Out Thursday. Phoenix donated lots of stuff today, but I still have one more load of books to go. Just local people want to go through them first. Nice. I guess that's a yes. Yeah. I liked hearing from him. Hi, pups. Everybody says hi. She's got an antler. She doesn't care about us. He's not feeling social today. I think he does have to go outside, so he's not going to listen to me. But he hasn't been desk dog for a while. And I have like a foot hammock, but I move it every time he comes in the room in case he does, and he just doesn't want to be under there. So curious how I can fix that, because now I miss him under my desk. Yes, we got the cute Willow. At least we got to see and hear him. Yes, he popped in for a little bit. He's got pretty much a similar bandana, but it's red instead of pink. But the reason why he thinks he's stuck is we switched our mattress and our new, we have a king so we can all sleep in the same bed. It doesn't have a bed frame. So he didn't have like the bed frame to step on. Actually, I'm gonna need to let him out so I don't get a draw right away. To give him a step, we put a like little chest bench at the foot of the bed, but it's got like little wheels on it, so it can move pretty easily. And for the first few days, it wasn't an issue. The dogs went up and down, no problem. And then in the middle of the night, a couple nights ago, he must have like come at an angle trying to get off and like pushed it away. So he was freaking out. And by him freaking out, he was mostly just like walking back and forth on the bed, which woke me up. And I realized what happened. So I like pushed it back in place, stood there, held it, and I'm like, okay, buddy, like it's fine. And for those of you who know, like Atreyu, as brave and good boy as he is scared of things very easily. He is very skittish with loud noises and new things moving, especially like he hates folding tables. He hates I guess he doesn't hate the vacuum really. He will leave the room actively, or she will kind of just hang out and watch. So I had to spend a few minutes trying to get him to learn that it was okay, and then I found the rug anti-slip grip thing, so I put that under the chest so it doesn't move anymore. But we still have to work through it every time, so he'll climb up fine onto the bed. But getting down on the bed, it's that's where he's like, Mom, I'm stuck. I know, baby, I know. You were fine though. My baby. My baby. That's the story of the Atreyu saga. Just scared boy in a big boy body. Scared boy, big boy. So yeah, maybe if we find something better that's heavier and swap it back out, then he can associate the new thing with something that doesn't move, because I think he's just always associate that with it moving. Because he's never gotten over this folding table thing, even though we've like kept them away from him. We've done everything we can, and the second that you grab that folding table, he is out. He doesn't want to be around it. So figure it out. Yeah, having no desk dog is kind of sad. I feel like it's nice to sit closer to my desk, but I'm used to desk dog. It's not fair. Atreyu is such a good boy. I can be anxious about stuff too. Yeah, he's such an anxious baby sometimes. And then there's certain things that he does totally fine. Like he'll get in the car fine. What else does he do that I'm like, that's kind of, well, I mean, I guess you can be scared of stuff and also like chase skateboards down the street. I guess you could do that. Maggie finished editing a chapter and almost missed the break. Yeah, only a little bit of time left for this chat. I am going to see if he has to go outside, so it's going to be just like the basic screen for a hot minute here. Actually, I think I'll switch over shortly and then we'll officially start the sprint. And maybe this time I'll remember to unmute when I come back. Bye, baby. Baby, do you want to say anything before we do the sprint? You want to tell them, you want to say hi? Come here. Hey, come here. Bippity? Boppity? Boop. Oh, we gotta stretch. We gotta stretch before boop. Bippity? Boppity? Boop. Hey, you good girl. You're a good girl. We taught her magic. We taught her magic. Yes. Yes, you're my social butterfly. You're my social butterfly, and you're so soft. Like, she's always had very soft fur on her head and her ears, but now that she's, like, freshly bathed, you are so soft. Did you want to go outside? Do you maybe have to go potty and get your dinner? Yeah? Okay, we'll take a brief I'll take a brief break. You guys can do what you gotta do on your sprints. And then I'll come back and work on stuff. But for surezies, we're going to take care of the doggies on this sprint. Phoenix needs to put away the stuff they got at the thrift store during the sprint. Not nearly as much as went out though. A couple puzzles, a book, small wooden chest, random stuff, but good finds. Always good finds. DVDs, the entire series of Firefly for $1 is a great. That is a fantastic score. We love Firefly. I do have that set on DVD. I do have that. Yes, Willow Sweet. Oh, it's time to sprint. Yes, magical girl Willow. You'd be so cute as a Sailor Scout. And she gives me the deadpan eyes of like, don't you dare put me in a dress. She would. Alright, so I'm going to come back and work on finishing these tones, but I'm going to go let the dogs out first. So, it is time for us to sprint, sprint, sprint in 3, 2, 1, go! I remembered to unmute this time. Yay! Alright, so I did finish this page 125. I don't know why it jumps to the side like that. I ended up just kept going with the flow and I ended up finishing the page. So cool, that one's finished. And we just started laying down some of the base for 126. And I'm 94% through the audiobook now. The Thing Happened Kitty. I agree. I don't think it was necessary to that level. More of a fade to black person myself. But I feel like that's a trend that you have to have at least one like that in adult books now, so whatever. Alright, and I got myself a hot cocoa while I was... I don't know if you could hear a tree. Bubby! He was just outside. I think he just wants to go eat snow, because that's all he does every time he goes out. I think is catching up. Was that the last comment we left at? My mom asked, can you guys hear her okay? On my TV it's very low. Phoenix agrees, kind of low. Do you have my volume higher than normal? Good catch. Okay, I try to up my mic back. I think I had lowered it when the dogs were doing something, and I haven't remembered my mic very well all day today, so I do apologize. Also, hi, Alamo. Feels like such a kid to say that. Perfect for Throwback Thursday. Yeah, right? Hi, friend mom. Mom, you guys have that TV turned up so loud all the time, though. Like, come on. But we have some nice chitty chat there between y'all and my mom. She asks how everybody's doing. Fennec's doing pretty good. Been a nice day. Mom's also good. She's got, I guess I got her motivated, and she's finishing up her book that I'm writing. Mom, are you using talk to text? Nothing fancy, that's for sure. Shayna popped in. Hey Shayna, just stopping by for a sprint or two. I'm just working on Kuro Kenshin tonight, not any fan art because it's already Thursday and I still have a big to-do list. And yes, we are always happy for your company, however long we get it. Phoenix agrees that I am great for motivation. Whoop, because you guys also hold me accountable, so it works both ways. And my mom agrees that I'm self-motivated and she can't keep up when it's like, Mom, you created me. You created this monster. Thank you. And then back to checking the volume. I think she's using her inside voice. Well, I am inside. I don't feel like I'm talking at any different level than normal, but I did adjust the mic, so let me know if that feels more normal for you guys. Maggie says, yay, finishing the book. And Mom says, you're much better on my phone, I guess, for volume. And then Maggie is currently editing Servants of the Moon, Book 1. Very fun. Very fun. I have not done any writing this week. I was supposed to write yesterday, and I kind of needed to recover from getting back to work after that week off. So I just played Dreamlight Valley for a bit, and then I had my book club meeting for January's book, which went longer than expected, and I was working on the proofread. So yeah, I'm trying to write 4,000 words this week, and I need to finish up through page 130 on Kuro Kenshin. Feeling like I should have started sooner. It's okay. It's okay. Everybody has an off week. This is my off week. Off of feeling the most productive. Last week was really good. Phoenix got everything put away and took a moment to just sit and rest. And Mom says, yes, I am. I think to the talk to text, and it caught that error, but I couldn't go back and fix it. It should say writing. I started at 10 years ago. Did you start this project 10 years ago? And today I finished my forward. Not that forward, the other, the FOREWRD. And I know that's why I'm working on about 5 projects right now. Yeah. You made me work on, you didn't make me, you were always working on multiple things, so now I'm working on multiple things, and it's just how we roll. And we make people around us exhausted or motivated. A little bit of both, depending on on your exposure level. Atreyu! Hold on a sec. Trying to summon these needy dogs. We got a Willow back. Did you bring your brother? Or you just came in his place? Huh? Is he just laying down there whining? What does he want to do? Why? He was just outside. Do you have to go outside? Was he asking for you? He might have been asking for Willow, because Willow doesn't like alert us when she needs to go out until she like needs to go out. And then she'll just like stare at you. I don't know, he's whimpering. Well, you gotta wait. You gotta wait, Bubby. Yes, you're a good girl at wait. You're so good at wait. My little princess. My rogue princess, yeah. Play with all the boys and you throw them in the mud. Yeah. Alright. We only got 3 minutes, bud. Till the next sprint. I might have to start the sprint sooner, because he's being a whiny baby. Kitty's cold is kind of getting worse again, as it always does at night, so I'm going to take a hot shower in the next sprint. Maybe that'll help with the congestion. Also getting myself some tea, yeah. And I mean, you could, I'm not going to say leave, because obviously, like, we love you hanging out with us, but if you're gonna heal, maybe going to bed would make you feel better. Like, no pressure. Take care of yourself. But yeah, we'll start the sprint here soon, so you can go get that hot shower. Fennec says, I'm not using talk to text. I mistype all on my own. That's the English language for you. And then Phoenix also says, Kitty, hopefully a hot shower will loosen everything up and hopefully we can distract you a bit anyway. Yes, okay, I guess I'll have to endeavor to distract. And I will always have multiple projects going. Seems normal to me. Yeah, you know, they're not always the huge giganto projects some of us think is normal, but Mom says, yes, I did right after Grandma died. That's when I started getting my notes. Okay. Has it only been 10 years? Yeah, I guess, because I was in Japan that year. So yeah, about 10, 11 years. Yeah. Well, some things take 10 years, some things take 20 years, Mom. It's fine. We're doing stuff we want to do. Company always makes being sick better, so thank you, Phoenix. I'm happy to say at least getting to hear him. He's gonna be camera shy. I know, you can hear him squeaking. Like, he's such a high-pitched boy when he wants to be. And then Thog just got contacted about the 40-year class reunion. Phoenix asked, are you gonna go? I've not been to one of my own, though I did go to the year ahead of me's 10-year. I haven't. In 2 years, I'll have my 20-year. I think they get together every year, but I've not seen any of the communication, so maybe I hit block at some point. But I do know a few people who are from my class at least. And I don't know if they've done anything, but it is getting to be that time. It is getting to be that time. And then Kitty does agree, being sick always makes me sleep less and worse and worse. So chances are I won't be able to go to sleep anytime soon. Anyway, okay. Then we will do our best to distract you. If the sprints are at all distracting by watching me draw. But you do have your book and you're going to go take a shower and have some tea. So that's also winning. Yes, Phoenix, we will do our best. And Thog might go. Might not. Slipping back here. Phoenix had gone to theirs because it was the night before Halloween and on the Queen Mary, and he got to stay the night. That's awesome. Ooh, a themed kind of party or like a special destination. That's fun. Thog says, I don't know, I was picked on a lot by my classmates and I only liked the weird nerdy folks as I was one. Well, if you can get in contact with any of those folks, see if they're going and then make your decision. Because like, if I go and none of my friends are there, I'm probably going and leaving. Alrighty, let's get to this sprint, I guess, because the needy boy is being needy. So let's do it again, guys. Sprint, sprint, sprint. Do 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 do. We're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. And we're just trucking along, doing the thing. I kind of had an idea that might help me get these pages done more. Back in the day, I didn't have a desktop, I just had a laptop. And it was my OP laptop that I did all the things on, which meant I could also work on it while, like, on the couch or wherever in a chair watching a show or having a show on the background. So I feel like when I need to get another device, an electronic device, it's gonna be getting that. Now, I do have my Samsung tablet, which I can open Krita in, but I've not been using it for the pages primarily because it's not the smoothest. Maybe smooth isn't the right word. There's something disconnected between like working on this hard tablet versus working on my Samsung tablet when it comes to doing pages, art, anything like that. And I think the brush on that it's got a soft tip, and that may be part of it. I don't know if there's a hard tip option, but it is pretty good at like if I can use it like essentially like a coloring book. So I'm wondering if it's worth putting a couple pages that are lined onto my tablet and testing it just to do like the base tones. That way, this very tedious time, if I'm gonna be sitting there watching like Murder, She Wrote, I can still be working in a more comfortable way, and then when the base tones are done, I can put the files back on my computer and finish with the text and maybe effects. It's a whole extra step, so that's why I'm not like thrilled about it. There's potential, yes, but there's a possibility the file could be corrupted going back and forth. It could just, I could do something else in my, I could draw different things in my Murder, She Wrote time, or I could just watch a show and relax. Decisions. But maybe I'll try it out. Not tonight, because once we're done with stream, I am going to go finish my proofread. But maybe it's worth trying out, at least to gauge the efficacy, because if I can do all my line art here and like hyper focus on that, that may help me. It may help me. We'll see. We shall see. And we had a little bit of progress in this conversation. Let me dive on back. Talking about the reunions, and Thog had said that the 40-year reunion they were invited to is also all the way in Washington State, and you live in Virginia now. That is quite a ways. And Fennec says, nah, dude, travel more for a better reason if it involves travel. So, like, I mean, if you could make that into a trip to make it worth it, but to go all the way there just for that, I agree, it's like way out of the way. Thog says it also depends on when, because my daughter's birthday is around that time and she's turning 35. Your daughter and I are the same age? Huzzah. Excellent. Excellent. I don't think I knew that we were, I know that we were close. I didn't know we were both 91 babies. Assuming it's this year that she's turning 35, but 91 baby. Phoenix, like I said, I went to the one I did purely because of where and when it was, and mostly avoided the other people. It also ended up being free for me. Heck yes. Heck yes. Free is a very, very powerful commodity. Yeah, that is really nice. And it was the only time I've ever had room service too, because I wasn't paying. I had so much fun going all over the ship and on a ghost tour and stuff. It wasn't my first time there, but it's different when you actually get to stay the night and have a room and stuff. I ticked it off a bucket list item. My friends were going since it was their reunion and added me as a +1 so I could wander the ship and stay the night. Those are real ones. Keep those friends. Also, since we usually celebrated my birthday around Halloween, it was just kind of part of my birthday present. I agree. Wow. We love that. We love that. I don't know if I have any specific bucket list things like that. Like, I would like to go a few different places, but I also like having dogs. And while yes, you can have someone watch them or take care of them, I would feel guilty. The longest we've gone is 5 days. I would feel guilty going more than that. Even 5, usually we hit day 3 or 4 and we're like, we miss our dogs. So, but I do want to hit up some places in the future. Maybe one day. Phoenix also misses having a laptop as well as the desktop. Sometimes it's just easier to work on the laptop, relax somewhere. It very much is. I do have the Chromebook, but it's just a glorified, it's not even a glorified tablet at this point, because my tablet that I got specifically because I could draw on it is better in doing what I need it to do, but it's a glorified phone with a keypad, but big size, I guess. Not the best investment, 100% not the best investment for what I thought it could do, because it does have a touch screen. It just doesn't, I couldn't draw on it like I thought I could when I first got it, and I missed the return window. So it's my writing Chromebook. Like, it's nice because if I need to take it down to the couch and write, I can focus on that, because that's really all it's gonna do. But I can't just have like desktop for all the things, writing Chromebook, drawing tablet. When moving forward, at least with certain future projects that I want to do, I'm gonna want everything in one so I can manipulate better. And that's a future me purchase or refurb. If my old laptop hadn't broken all kinds of ways, I'd still have it for sure. Sorry, went down memory lane. No, totally. I mean, I don't mind if you're fine sharing it. Like, that was fun. That was very cool to learn. And Doc says, yes, she's a 91 baby. And Phoenix says, I started high school in 91. So, age is just a number, guys. We're all buddies. He's fine. It's a good year. It's the year of the sheep / ram or goat, whichever thing it, definition it falls under. So next year will be the fire sheep, fire goat, whatever. That'll be interesting. That will be interesting. Okay, so Phoenix's we're back on that. Bucket list wasn't specifically the Queen Mary, more so a haunted hotel, especially around Halloween. Shayna pops in, I agree, I can't stand to be away from my cats. Dinner time, garlic cheese bread, toasted cheese. It's weird but good. It has garlic and cheese and it's on bread. It sounds really good. 100%. But yeah, no matter what kind of fur babies, it's like, I don't want you to, I feel bad. Even though, like, on some level, they get used to you being away, or like they don't really understand the passing of time, and it's but also like any of the international trips we want to do, I'm like, ideally you would need like 2 weeks to really like get the most out of that, especially if you can't go again. Why are you over on the side there? What did I... Oh, that's because it's moving that. There we go. The thingy says it's time to sprint, by the way. Just saying. But yeah, I would want to go for like 10 days at the minimum. And I feel like that's like way too long to ask somebody to stay or whatever, so... Womp. Womp. Oops. Womp. I minimized it. Alright. I think I'm caught up with the chat. Nope, I wasn't. Fennec said my tablet recently has decided it's not gonna work, and I'm just waiting until I can have enough to actually have enough to get something worthwhile, but I'm gonna have to move first. Actually, I think, hold on. I apologize for the strobe effect of me switching back and forth, but oh, I did make it a little long there. Huh. I'm gonna have to create a separate one to put a chat window here when I'm over here. I'll do it, I promise. I'll do it at the start of the sprint. No, I want to keep doing what I'm doing. Where did we go? Oh yes, back to that comment. I'm just waiting until I can have enough to actually have enough to get something worthwhile, but I'm gonna have to move it first. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh no, it jumped. It jumped again. I don't think much about how old I am. I tend to forget, right? It's just, you don't think about it until somebody else puts you in that frame of reference, and you're like, oh, I guess so. Yeah, very rarely been separated very long from fur babies. When we moved cross country, it wasn't so bad since they were in the motel room with me. I just hated the entire move other than them always being with me. Yeah. We're trying to plan a vacation, like a short vacation this year where we take them with us, and the logistics of like pet-friendly hotel and what can we actually do with them, and make sure like, because Atreyu is reactive to the other, well, they're both reactive in different ways, but it's a whole thing, and I don't know if the logistics will work, but we're gonna try. We're gonna see if it works out at all, because take them with us, and then nobody has to worry about it. Shayna says, they understand time. Kamsa Hamnida purred nonstop for several days after I got home from rehab last year. Pumpkin and Kitty missed me, but not like her, and I missed all of them more than they missed me combined. The babies. They do love us and miss us. But I swear, every time I expect to get jumped coming home from a vacation, they're just like, oh hey, we love your brother now. Thanks. Moto was upset with me for being gone for mere hours today. I also missed him. I stayed on Motel 6, which worked because also the rooms are very similar. We stayed at a pet-friendly hotel once, but it wasn't when we had our pets, so that's a whole kind of weird story, but the place was kind of nice, so. I know they're out there. What time is it? We're going to 9, so this is the final sprint. Final sprint tonight. Okay, guys. Whew, I know that was a long-winded transfer over, but we are in the final sprint of tonight, and I feel like my voice, now that the mic is up, keeps dipping into the red, but apparently I talk too low. I don't know. Next sprint on schedule is gonna be Sunday, just in case you have to pop out before the stream ends. It will be Sunday, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern, and that will be part of the under 1K sub marathon. So yeah, Super Bowl Sunday is gonna be Sprint Sunday, just for a couple hours for me. But let's get this sprint done first and get something a little bit more done tonight, so we can feel like we did do the thing. And if you haven't, take a drink of water, because I haven't. Look, it's still so full. I'm just gonna sit it right in front of me and sip the whole sprint. It's probably a bad idea. but you get it. Let's get into this one then in 3, 2, 1, go! We're back from our final sprint of the night, y'all. We did it. We did it. We did the thing. I was pretty much able to get this page done. I'm sure when I look at it later I'll notice something, but we're gonna say page 125 is done. Save that. And then we did base tones for 26, 27, 28, 29. So basically just started on these. There's probably some more base tones I need to add in, and I've not touched page 130 yet, but that's okay because progress is progress, and these aren't like the most complicated pages, so they shouldn't take too long. So yay. Yay. Make sure everything saves. Perfect. And yeah, that is it for tonight's Creative Commons Throwback Thursday. Throwback in the sense that I've been working on this project forever, so some days we'll do fun other art, some days we'll just grind. We'll grind and do the thing. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me though. There's still planned to be about 2 sprints a week for the remainder of February since it's cold, and the schedule just worked out that way. What did we miss? Golden Cheese says, looks so pretty and cool, very good, cool sword, but BRB going to get a snag. Okay, well I don't know if they're back yet, but thank you. I'm doing my best. I feel like there's still a lot I need to learn and practice, which just forcing myself to do the pages, create the panels, and push forward has always been my form of practice. But I am looking forward to just having one-off art pieces now and then too. Maggie's heading out to make dinner. We're having baked potato bar for dinner and have chili, ham and cheese, cheeseburger, and taco leftovers to go on the potatoes. I'll take that cheeseburger. I will always take the burger. I guess I'll take the potato too, but I'll take that cheeseburger for sure. Yes, Maggie, enjoy dinner and have fun with the taters. Katie took her shower and it took 2 sprints. I'm exhausted now because that was a lot of standing, but I do feel a bit better. Yes, I hope you're less congested and maybe it's working its way out. Phoenix finished up around the house and got to the point that they're ready to settle in and wind down. I also, I'm like, do I jump right into the proofread or do I like take a quick break, like watch 1 episode of Murder, She Wrote and then get to the proofread and read in bed? But I also technically should make dinner. I'm contemplating that because I do have some boiled eggs I need to eat / that need to get eaten. But I had bought some meat and sweet potatoes yesterday. I was going to make it yesterday, but Terry beat me to it and he made dinner before he left for work. What time do I work tomorrow? I would rather... What time do I work tomorrow? Late-ish. I think I would rather come home from work tomorrow and make food and have that to look forward to, and then just go like have some of them boiled eggs because they need to get eaten. They do. But yay for feeling better. Oh, I jumped somewhere. Not too much. But Shana said, perfect timing. I'm going to have a Coke and watch a few episodes of a show. Kitty also got a hot pomegranate drink thing, and I'll sit in this corner for a while and then try to sleep. Okay, well, you definitely take care of yourself. Phoenix is really liking having 2 streams a week currently, and Kitty agrees having the 2 streams are really nice. I'm trying. I would love for it to be consistent, but it is work schedule pending. But at least, like I said, in this season where like nobody's going outside and whatnot, it works. So I will do my best to give y'all as many streams as I can manage. And if I need to take a break, I'll just like plan a couple break weeks. We're allowed to do that. We're allowed to do that. We just gotta remember. And some days I don't know ahead of time that I need a break, but you guys are good about that. You guys understand. Phoenix would take some of the toppings, but have to pass on the potato. And Thog's just getting ready for work. Phoenix still needs to figure out dinner, but that's later me's problem. Yeah, you got a couple hours, I guess. I don't know what time you usually eat dinner. Golden Cheese Fryer likes the music, good for character. I think you hopefully maybe talking about the music in the draw time. I feel like I said, classic music is usually a little bit more relaxing and not like distracting, but it's nice to have there. Phoenix says breaks are always an option, and I am very aware that I keep going a lot when I'm trying to figure out where we are in the chitty chat. So I feel like I do want to make the text bigger here. Just like a smoosh bigger, so maybe I don't lose my places easily. And then I'll have to add a chat box. Let's write some notes down. Let's write some notes down before we wrap this up, okay? We'll do it on this scrap of paper here. Because I feel like I said I was going to do it last time and didn't have time today, but totally blanked on it. Also, I don't think you guys saw, but this is my new pencil pouch. It's classic Winnie the Pooh. And it's got like the cutest quote ever. We love it. It's the same on both sides. But I have all of my new pens that I got for Christmas and some of the stationery thing, like just sticky notes. But they're like transparent sticky notes. So you have to like write a Sharpie, write with a Sharpie on them. So yay. And then just an update on the vintage color gel pens I showed you guys. They have been working pretty well. Pretty well. Oh my gosh, I am losing the ability to talk. That's why I'm a writer, so I can edit it. Yeah. I did notice it might have been the purple or the lighter blue. For a second though, it was like drying-ish, but then it fixed itself, so I don't know if there was just like a bubble in there. But let's write this down. Purple is not the right color on this paper. BT dubs. Maybe this purple is. This is a different gel pen that I got. It's a big gelosity. Ooh. Super smooth. Like, oh yeah. Oh, she's smooth. These are like, if you're writing a lot, these are so, but smoother sounding than that. What did I say? We need to increase text size on chat box. Add chat box to draw time screen. Was there something else? Was it with something with the timer? I think the timer checked. I'm just gonna have to check it. Check timer for the draw as well. Question mark. Because I think that's the one that has like a message that's like partially cut off. So is that everything for now? And then consider ideas. We're just gonna say ideas for like the opening stream start. Stream opening. Lists. Stuck on there. So I'll see it. It means I'll get to it eventually. Phoenix does miss the duck. I know, feeding the ducks. Like, we had that for so long. I haven't found any other repeatable tracks with that kind of vibe. They're all like super dramatic, or they'll start very low and then go very high, and I can't I can't adjust that in here. I'd have to like manually adjust the audio file to make it all more flat, I guess. We do miss the ducks, but I do know that if I end up doing any writing streams on my Chromebook, I'll have to use StreamYard because I don't have OBS on there. So we will probably hear ducks in the future. We'll probably actually hear ducks on Sunday because I have to use StreamYard to do the sprint with my co-host. So we'll feed the ducks together on Sunday. She said, very cute. Phoenix, love the new pencil pouch. Got one recently that's vintage, like 1970s, and appreciate the update on the vintage color pens. I'm currently loving my 4-in-1 pen, mechanical pencil, black, blue, green, and red ink. It's really handy, and I'm impressed with writing the notes immediately tonight. Good job. Thanks. Thanks. We had how many of these? This is like our third fourth OBS, and we finally wrote the notes down. So yeah, you know, we wrote them down. Finally. Maggie, oh, there's the again. Ooh. This is why I have to edit my videos a lot, because I have a lot of like saying the word like and and just brain fart. Maggie says, nice, love gel pens. This line is bugging me. Her whimpers sounded like a soft song of fear, accompanied by the heavy growling drums of the thunderstorm. Her whimpers sounded like... Maybe the word sounded. Because you describe it like a soft song. So maybe her whimpers sang softly of fear, or murmured softly. Something, I don't know if that's the part that you're focused on though, but something, I think sounded is the word that stuck out to me to maybe choose a different word. Maybe. Shayna also says there'll be a co-host ? Apparently. I didn't ask for one. I'm not opposed to one, but they just assigned one to me, and I've not talked to them at all yet. I found their YouTube and added them, so at least I know who they are. I don't know if they know who I am. They've not messaged me on Discord, so hopefully they show up on Sunday and everything is fine. But yeah, I'm supposed to have a co-host on Sunday. Just for that stream though. I'm gonna be so hyper conscious of that now. Fennec says nope. Maggie, that just doesn't work. Maggie says thanks. Fennec's problem with it is it like breaks. It does break when you transform, or when you go from like her whimpers sounded like a soft song of fear, accompanied by the heavy growling drums of the thunderstorm. Like it, maybe because they're so opposite, or the word accompanied by, like the first half of the sentence, I guess, focusing more on how we are interpreting her whimpers. But is her whimper also like thunderous? Or is there a thunderstorm growing in the back? I guess that maybe separating that could be used for some clarity. I don't know. We're going to overthink this sentence. Phoenix asks who my co-host is, and it is Ali Maza. Ali Maza. I don't know. She is a author, tuber, booktuber, graphic novelist, which I thought was like, oh, did they know like I do comics, and that's how they paired us up. So I think that will be interesting to kind of meet her. And Maggie did drop the link in The chat, it is in the Discord as well, that has the playlist if you need just some more sprints during next week. Mine is, like I said, Sunday 6 to 8, but there's like supposed to be stream, it's a marathon, so it's going to start 7 a.m. Sunday the 8th and go till noon Sunday the 15th. So it's a whole, like, they're filling all the slots they can with different hosts. But the linky she just dropped there is also in the Discord for the playlist and the schedule. So back to the sentence though, Phoenix says their brain jumbles all over it and isn't sure what to make of it. But the context does help, with Maggie saying it's Dell, a 12-year-old oracle who... Dell. A 12-year-old oracle who can't control her ability when she looks into a thunderstorm. Her sister is trying to wake her. Interesting. Her whimper sounded like a soft song of fear, accompanied by the heavy, growling drums of the thunderstorm. Highlight it, come back to it. That's usually my best practice, because again, it just depends on what you feel like you want to emphasize with this sentence, and if cutting, like I said, splitting it or just switching out the nouns. Maybe. This is why I hire an editor too, because sometimes you just don't know. You don't know until somebody else reads it. Phoenix turned on the I did the again. Phoenix turned on the notification for the stream. Yay! And I'll remind you guys. I'll put a message in the Discord before we go live. Maggie clarifies she is having a vision of the death of their pack and her own murder. Is this continued from the what was it, the Alpha? Shoot, what was that book we read, Maggie? The first book that was like the Roman, but it was werewolves. Is this the next book? Or is this the book one of the other thing you said? I don't know how many, if the pack is like more shifters, but I would love book 2. I want book 2. I want book 2, Maggie! What was it called? I can picture it because it was the girl on the cover with the wolf and she's in like armor. I'm sorry, I can't remember the title. I'm really bad at titles and like human names. But I really did like that one. I'm so excited for that next book, if that's what you're writing, just peachy dubs. Which I don't recall them having that power, so maybe it's not that one. Shayna says, sounds good. Hopefully I won't get stuck on a long call. I didn't get out till almost 8 last night. Was supposed to be up by 6. Woof. Phoenix, we're gonna have to beat it out of me, guys. Also, I did not finish my water. I only got like halfway through it. Phoenix is... I'm just gonna, you know what? We're just gonna ignore the and then maybe it'll go away. Phoenix says to Maggie, I'm actually noting this stuff because there's something teasing my brain as how to reframe it, but it might take a while to coax it out. Yeah. Cool. Yes, we're all gonna be pondering, like, what word? Should we just change the word? Should we just... Which, when I'm proofreading this book, like, it's already so well edited, but every once in a while there's a sentence and I'm like, highlight, question, like, what was going on? And other times it's like, if you reread it 5 or 6 times, you get it and you're like, oh, I get it now, so it makes sense when I read it. But that first time, the first 5 times, it happens. Most of us people have experience writing and we know what happens. Like, words don't make sense. Phoenix will come up with something late to share later. So if you highlight it, maybe we can come back to it. Yeah, for sure. Or you can put it in the chat or DM Maggie. I'm sure that would be okay as well. But it is 9:17, so we are a little bit over our time, but it's always so fun to hang out with you guys and get stuff done and feel both socially refreshed and like, because you guys definitely, I don't feel drained doing socially here. Maybe that's because I'm just the one talking. I don't know. But at work, I get socially drained. So yeah, socially refreshed and making some progress, getting some ideas, writing down notes on how to improve. So yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy we're doing the streams. Try to keep them going. Phoenix is asking if I assume Maggie, if Maggie does the read out loud edit. Maggie responded kind of with a little, it is Spartan Chimera. Or wait, is it Spartan Chimera or is that just the, I mean that is the title of the book 1. Is this the second book? I'm so excited if this is the second book. But Maggie's edit to that sentence was, her whimpers were a soft song of fear, overwhelmed by the heavy growling war drums of the thunderstorms. I do like that. Yeah, Phoenix says it's a huge improvement, and it's just smooth, and there is something a bit more poetic to it. So like, good call on catching that sentence, that for sure. Faux show was a nice. Oh, and it isn't. This is your shifter religious war. I have to wait longer. That's okay. I'm still trying to get caught up with Relic of Time War. So I guess that's fine. But I want Spartan Chimera too. Just so you know, there's at least one person who wants to read it. It's me. Fog popped in with, yay, glad to hang out with you all. Phoenix agrees that these like streams don't usually drain me, which is good. We want people to feel motivated, refreshed, safe, happy, like good vibes. Good vibes only. Maggie, Viking Chimera is just a bunch of scribbles in a notebook. That's okay. I also have scribbles. I understand. Please and thank you, though. The shifter religious war is the one that's piqued my interest. Well, now you know it's being worked on, and we've got a one-line insight to it, so it will come. It will come. Yes, this is one giganto Midwestern goodbye for sure. How many times have we like tried to wrap this up? Shame on me. But anywho, we are gonna wrap up tonight. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. I think the button I hit is this one, not that one. So I'm gonna trust myself. I'm gonna trust myself and hit the correct button. Yeah. We're gonna hit the correct button the first time and time it right, because I've also noticed that it like will cut me off as soon as I hit the button, but your guys' delay is still like that 30 seconds or so behind. So I might just wave for 30 extra seconds and say goodbye and then hit the button and see if this works. So thank you guys again. Hopefully I will see or hear from you guys on Sunday. I will let you know when that stream goes live. What else can I say while I'm waving? Hopefully you guys get your stuff done. Hydrate, take care of yourself, and we will get together again. Do the waving thing, 30-ish seconds, and we'll say bye. Hopefully that was long enough.